Hello, friends, and welcome to Escaping the Mouse with your host, me, Buck Roll. All right, today's the last day in Texas. I'm going home to California tomorrow morning. So, got just a little bit of final preparation stuff to do. I decided I needed to do a little bit more laundry because I'm a little short of underwear and socks and stuff like that. So, we got that done today. And now what I'm going to do is just kind of get everything ready for me to go. I got to do some packing, get the cats all ready so that they'll be good for a few days. And I also got a chance today to talk to my father, who, as I mentioned a couple days ago, ended up back in the hospital again. Uh, it doesn't seem like it was really serious. May have been just kind of an overreaction, but because when they got him into the hospital, first thing they did, they thought, maybe the ammonia levels were out of whack again, so they ran blood tests. Blood test came back completely normal. So there's nothing really going on strange there. Even the doctor apparently said to my dad, "Why are you here?" So right now, what's going on is he's got back issues. He's had back issues for I don't know 20, 30 years. It's been something I've been aware of all along, and it's probably why I get him too. It's probably a little bit of something hereditary, but apparently that was actually the triggering of all of this nonsense in the past, because apparently the back problems have started getting worse in the past year or so, and he was taking a lot of Tylenol to kind of control the pain, and apparently it was the Tylenol that caused damage to the liver. And that was what triggered the whole thing. So right now, while nothing else is going on, he's still having the back problems. Now, he's not taking the Tylenol anymore, but they've got him on kind of a morphine-based pain reliever. And, he's aware of the dangers that come with that, trust me. And we talked about that quite a bit. But because of that issue right now, they're not ready to release him. Additionally, they thought maybe he had a little bit more buildup in his stomach from the he was having weekly paracentesis procedures run, and even after they did the TIPS procedure a few months ago, they were saying, this isn't going to be a total cure for this. You may still have to have an occasional paracentesis. It just won't be as often. And they did an ultrasound today to determine whether he's got buildup in the fluid buildup in his stomach. And while the doctor hasn't examined the results of the ultrasound yet, the person who performed it said, "Yeah, I do see a little bit of fluid in there." So I think what's going to happen today is his doctor is going to come in after, because the doctor has normal work hours, normal office hours. So he's going to come in after his office hours are over and visit my father and probably review the ultrasound. But right now, because of his back issues, they've got him confined to his bed. So they want to do a physical therapy session for him. But right now they can't do that because, like I said, he's confined to his bed. So that can't happen until the bed confinement issue is lifted. And right now that hasn't happened. So it doesn't seem likely that he's going to go home today. We're kind of hoping maybe that the doctor will come in today, look at the ultrasound, and lift his bed restriction so that he can have a physical therapy session and hopefully get up on his feet again so that he can come home. And we're hoping maybe he can come home as early as tomorrow, in which case that'd be fine, because then I could go pick him up, because I'm supposed to kind of be to my parents' house kind of middle of the afternoon tomorrow. So we'll see what happens on that. Otherwise, they don't do releases during the weekend. So if he can't go home tomorrow, he'll be there until Monday. So we'll kind of cross that bridge as we go along here. Hopefully it turns out to be nothing. Like I said, they did his blood test. His blood test came back completely normal. So, he probably didn't need to go into the hospital, but he is there now, and now we got to go through the process of getting him out. And that just takes a matter of going through all the bureaucracy. He told me last time when they checked him out of the hospital, they actually technically discharged him on paper early in the morning, but it was like mid-afternoon before they let him go. So, it just takes a while to go through all that and get everything processed. So we're just going to have to kind of wait it out and see what happens. But the fact that I'm going to be there will make things a lot easier, because then we don't need to call on neighbors or do anything like that to go pick them up, because I can just go pick them up. So that'll make things a lot easier. So that's really all I have to say on that. One other little piece of news, I told you I had a job interview earlier in the week. I got information today that I didn't get that job. They went with somebody else. I don't know what the reason is. They never tell you that, but we're back where we started from again. Fortunately, that means that I probably won't have to cut my California trip short, because if I did get the job, I would have either had to cancel the California trip or potentially cut it short. So at least I'll be able to spend a whole week with my parents. And then when we get back here on Monday, or when I get back here on Friday, we can pick it up and start going again. So that's just kind of the way it is right now in my life. Gotta just play it day by day. So one other thing, I keep getting good feedback from you guys when I ask questions, and you guys help me a lot on that. And as you recall, I did the story about the gunfight in Waco a few weeks ago, or about a week ago, and I wasn't able to find the grave of Tom Davis. Well, one of my viewers, actually a couple of my viewers, pointed out that Tom Davis was at the First Street Cemetery, and you recall a couple of days ago, I went there and tried to find it. Well, that video went up last night, and a couple more of my viewers gave me a little bit more information. So we may actually make another trip to First Street Cemetery, because I have a better idea at least where it is, and we can go see if we can figure it out. Now, I believe I went into that section and maybe saw one headstone there that was really badly eroded, and that may be the headstone where Tom is buried. It's also possible, because they've done a lot of changes over the years. The cemetery used to be a lot larger, and they relocated a lot of the graves when they built the Texas Ranger Museum. So it's possible that may have been lost. It's also possible that that stone that I saw in the one section of the grave was just too hard to read. So if I know specifically that it's that, that it's that grave, and basically it's one little kind of walled in area where his mother and several siblings are also buried. So it would be reasonable to assume that he would be in there too. And maybe a closer examination of some of the markers in there will provide information. Like I said, I didn't really know where to look, and if the grave marker was really badly deteriorated, I didn't spend a whole lot of time looking at it, because there were a whole bunch of them that are. But if I know that it's in this one little area, maybe I can scrutinize one or two markers that are badly deteriorated and get enough information, maybe just part of a born date or a died date, or part of a name or something that will get me to say, yeah, okay, this is probably where it is. So I think when I get back from California, I'll take another trip over there, and we'll check out that marker, that little section there, and see if I can find something that will actually tie down where Tom Davis is buried. So, and like I said, I know exactly where it is. I've looked at it from Google Maps, and the person that gave me information gave me the list of where the mother is buried, and that section of Find a Grave includes a photo of her monument, and also, like I said, the little brick enclosure in which it's enclosed in. And I was able to find that very easily. I was able to find that very easily on Google Maps, and so I'm pretty sure I've narrowed it down to maybe 50 or 100 feet of this cemetery. So we're going to take another trip there when we get back from California, and maybe this story isn't over yet. Also, there's a lot of interesting things I've discovered about this cemetery. Like I said, it used to be a lot larger, and they moved a lot of the graves when they built the Texas Ranger Museum. I also found out there was an African American section at one point in this cemetery, and there was an interesting story about what happened with that too. So we'll definitely have to go back and visit First Street Cemetery again. There's a lot of history in that place. So anyway, that is all that I have for today. Thank you as always for watching, and I will see you next time on Escaping the Mouse. Good night.